my gosh, that is so dope, guys. It's your boy Gage, Horne, and today I'm bringing you guys an awesome video for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking about a foreign friend in our high school series. My best friend, not just my foreign best friend, my best friend. Now, I say, oh, well, that was cool because I got the new Samsung Galaxy S4, and you're going to see like this bunch of videos inside videos, but my camera is incredible. This is actually one of my very first videos I've ever made on this, and this is amazing quality. Just watching it back, I mean, I think this is a really high difference from my HTC when compared to my Samsung Galaxy S4. What happened is, though, guys, why I got this, it's not like I paid anything big for it, is because I had HTC One with Sprint. We had a family plan, my grandpa was roaming or something like that, out of the country, or maybe in the country, I'm not quite sure. He travels a lot, so I'm not sure. But we got kicked off the Sprint, believe it or not, and we went back to T-Mobile that we had actually all the way up till like 2 years ago, and that's when we switched to Sprint, but now we're switching back, but they gave us this awesome, amazing plans for our whole family, so I finally got this amazing phone, but I gotta pay like so much money for the next 2 years, so it's gonna be okay, so it's pretty cheap, I guess you could say. In the right now it's cheap, but in the long run it's gonna be like really, you have to pay for the whole phone, you know. Anyways, jumping into this amazing video, my foreign friend she's amazing. It's a she, and this is very rare, but since she's foreign, I'm going to use her first name. This is her actual first name, and her name is Ilana, and you guys are going to love her. She is awesome. Awesome. So jumping in to the very beginning of senior year. I told you guys that I was single at the very beginning of senior year, and I was always like, my first day, you guys know Orion, of course, we'd always go out and go like hit on girls and stuff like that, and like that's what we do. And then when the day before school, it's like, let's hit on every girl we can tomorrow. Let's just get to know girls, just not even just to like hit on them, go on dates and stuff like that, but get to know more girls, get girls' numbers, just play around, and just because it's a new day, first day of school year, and we just want to make as much friends as possible, not just in guys, but mostly girls. So went to school and we hit on all these girls. We have 4 classes together, but our last class we do not have together. We hit on all these girls all day long, got some numbers, and I don't know why, guys. For some reason, I cannot go up to a girl by myself. Like, it's usually like he's almost the same way. Like, we cannot do it unless we're with each other, because then it's like, oh, look how cute that girl is over there. He's like, come on, Gage, go do it. And I'm like, I can't. He's like, do it. I'm like, okay, let's go. And then I go get rejected. But anyways, it's cool because it's just really hard to do that, but when we don't have 5th hour together, and you know, so it's the end of the day, we got all these girls' numbers, we met a lot of new friends, you know, and stuff like that, and I go in my 5th hour, Sam's not, Orion is not in it, I should say, and we sit down, or I sit down, and I'm just kind of looking around, nobody that's a friend, and then I look at the door, and this beautiful girl walks in the classroom, and that is Ilana. And she sits down 2 seats in front of me, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, Gage, just do it. And at this time, I didn't know she was foreign. I didn't know where I just knew, because the very first thing, you want to be very fast when you walk up to a girl. You want to be confident, and you also want to be very fast. First thing you think. So I look at her, and I'm like, all right, Gage, you can do this. You can do this. And I'm like, no, I can't. I'm like, yes, I can. No, I can't. And then the bell rings, and the teacher's about to start. And like in a couple minutes, everyone's still talking. She's still like writing on paper, and writing on the computer, or whatever. And I'm like, let's do this. So I sit up and I go sit next to her. I'm like, hey, are you new here? And I never see, that was the first thing that popped in my mind, you know, because I just knew I never seen her in that school around before. It's still a possibility she went through the last 3 years, I just never seen her around, which is really highly unlikely. And she's like, and this is the best part, and the cutest accent ever. She's like, no, I'm foreign student from Finland. And I was like, what? Oh my god, you're foreign? I was just in my mind, I was like, oh my god, she is so cute. That accent is just, oh my god, adorable. And so she's from Finland. I believe it's in Europe. I don't know my countries, which is pretty dumb. But so I was like, oh, that's awesome, you know. I was like, so how you liking it here? And she's like, well, I was supposed to go here, and I actually came here, and da. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I mean, I loved it. I was just like, you're super. I was like, well, it was good meeting you and stuff. When the teacher started talking, and we talked a little bit, like a lot more actually. Like we started like introducing ourselves, and we just like talked the whole time, and I was just kind of flirting with her the whole time. And finally, about 10 minutes before class, I'm like, all right, time to make the final move. And so I go, hey, so do you think I can have your number? And I was so scared. My heart dropped. I was like, she's going to say no, she's too pretty for me, da-da-da. You know, just like those feelings you get when you like totally feel like you're going to get rejected. It wasn't a yes, but it wasn't a no. She looked at me and she goes, in the cutest accent ever, and she goes, I don't have American number yet. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, usually I'd be like, oh, dude, she totally just rejected me. But like, since she's foreign and stuff, and she really didn't have one, at the time I kind of had that feeling, oh man, I think she's lying to me. But I was like, oh, it's just so cute. I believe her, you know. And then finally, a couple days later, she finally got a phone, and then during those couple days, we got to know each other a lot more. I'd always like say hi to her, and we'd sit next to each other. And then finally, she got a phone, and I got her Kik. If you guys know what Kik is, it's like an app for messaging, and we still use that to this day, and message each other and stuff like that. So after a while, let's say a couple weeks went by, we got such close of friends that I finally got to the point where I'd sit at my desk and I would slide it next to her, so we're desk to desk, sitting right, literally next to her, so I can put my arm around her, and just like just mess with her and start poking her side and just like mess with her and stuff. And she would just always like, we just had a blast, you know. And we'd always just like flirt and stuff like that and have a blast. And then finally, I got to the point to where, like, I was always taking all these other, like, girls on the side to, like, dates and stuff, and I was kind of, like, I dated this one girl for a little bit, and some other stuff, like, happened, but I wasn't, like, anything serious. I was just kind of, but I really, like, when I thought about Ilana, I was like, this is one girl I would actually legitimately date. Like, I actually like her, and it even kind of scared me, because I was like, oh my god, I can't like her. I can't like a girl that's, we all know it doesn't work in high school, but I really, really started to like her. So I was like, oh, because I'd like flirt with her every day, and I liked everything about her. But then things came into my mind. I'm like, she's from another country. It's not like she's gonna move back anyways when the year's up, and I'll never see her again. And before I made this video, that's what depresses me. Like, I was actually really sad to make this video, and it's really depressing because knowing where we're at to this point, we're best friends, and her going back to Finland would. It's gonna tear me apart. Like, she is my best friend, and we'll talk about this in a second, but I'm just saying, like, when she goes back, it'll be terrible. But finally, I started really liking her, and then, what happened is, I kind of was dating this one girl, and, that girl I was just saying, like, a couple minutes ago, and, I was still dating her, and she was, like, she kind of got the vibe, like, oh, I shouldn't, like him like that, so she kind of just, like, backed off flirting with me and stuff like that. And, or, like, she still flirted with me, but she, like, didn't have that, like, in mind, like, maybe we'll date or something. Like, she knew that we were just gonna be good friends, just good friends that flirted every once in a while, whatever. So, after that, I started texting her one night when we finally, that one thing kind of got over. We just stopped seeing each other, and it had been, like, about a week, and so I hit her up on Kik, and I'm like, I just want to let you know that I really like you, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I really like you, too. I'm like, well, it's a different kind of like, and I tell her, and she's like, oh, and we just start talking, and it comes out, and it wasn't me getting rejected. I mean, I've been on cameras admitting that I've been rejected before, I promise you guys, and I know what rejection is, but this time, it really was not rejection. She actually, I'd love to go in more detail, but I like to keep some things private in my life, even though I come on and tell you guys everything about it. But we just kind of ended up talking, and now we both agreed just to be really good friends, like best friends, or we like that. We weren't saying that, we just agreed to be friends. Ever since then, like, it kind of killed me, because I was like, I really do like her. But then this is what happened. After that, we spent that night, and we started texting, and said goodnight, went to school and see her, and then finally 5th hour came, and I went and sat down, and I slid my desk next to her, and the teacher loved it too, and this was an English teacher, a girl English teacher too, we'll call her Miss T. Oh, by the way, this is the same teacher that made this, if you guys remember this video, the video I made about a fantastic job, and then at this whole big thing for one of my last high school series, but this is the same teacher that I'm talking about. So she's really cool, and she lets me sit by her in our desk and stuff. And so I'm talking to her, and I'm like, and we just started flirting, did the same thing, and I look at her, and I'm like, you're my best friend. And, like, I said it kind of like, you're my best friend, And I just kind of, like, I wanted it to sound funny and just kind of be funny, but I wanted her to really know that I wanted her to be my best friend. She looks at me and she goes, "You're my best friend too," and I'm like, "Thanks." You know, it wasn't just getting a reply out of her; it's just her knowing that I knew her best friend. And ever since then, I've told her like almost like every couple of days that she's my best friend. I call her like every day. She's gorgeous and beautiful. I guess you can call it flirting, you know, but I personally would like just to call it more of a she's my best friend, kind of just messing around. Like, it really was flirting from the beginning, but now it just kind of, like, even it's the same stuff that we do, but we mean it in a different way. So I personally wouldn't call it flirting. I just call it just, like, friends messing around and stuff like that, whatever, if there's a word for that. And, like, I made the video about this before, if girls and guys can be friends in high school, and I do believe that. I do believe they can 100%, especially because my other best friend is a girl, and we've been friends since, like, 4th grade or whatever. So this girl, Ilana, this was a long time ago. This is months ago, when I finally decided that we both decided just to be good friends, and we were gonna go, maybe, I don't know, we're gonna hang out eventually. When was it? I don't know. About a week ago, we decided we're gonna hang out soon. So within this like next couple of weeks, we'll hang out outside of school. You know, she's foreign, so she has to like get approval from her parents and stuff like that. Or host parents, I believe what it's called, host parents, where you live with not your real parents, but from another country. So they have to, she's going to do that and stuff like that. And so we're going to hang out eventually outside of school, because we need to, you know, we're like such good friends. Like, and that's what takes me to the video is, she's really my best friend. It's funny how I really liked this foreign girl, like really legitimately liked. The kind that I would actually call my girlfriend, like, after the first date, you know, and I usually want to go on, like, 10 before I call anybody my girlfriend, just to get to know her, because I just knew that this personality was so different, and she was just so sweet and kind in so many different ways. I just really liked her. But after that, after we became best friends, I realized that's something not only that I wanted, but that I needed, that I really needed a best friend, and just her being there every day. And there's been a couple times I've had some rough days, and I'd go in the 5th hour, and, like, just the way I acted, she'd be like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Oh, my God, how do you know? How do you know something's wrong?" She's like, "I know you." I'm like, "I know you, too." And we have so much, like, inside jokes and a lot of fun in the 5th hour. And we have the same exactly, like, last try and then this try. We both tries have 5th hours, so our 5th hours together, so it's pretty crazy. And again, my friend's not in this class, too, so it's just me and her, and we talk a lot, and it's just really good knowing that you have a really good best friend. And I want to make this video and I said her first name, Ilana, because I want to look back at this in 15 years, and if I stop talking to her, we stop Facebooking, kicking, texting, whatever, I want to make sure that one day I can just call her and just hopefully at that time have somewhat good money, so I can just call me a plane ticket, go to her country, and meet her again. Meet her all over again. Say hi, what's going on, how's life, you know. Just visit again, because she leaves, you know, by summer, just like most foreign students after senior year, and I'll be going to college here, and she'll be going back to her country, and it really makes me want to cry, because thinking about it, she's really been there for a lot, and I know she knows very little how much she really does help me, but she really does. And I don't mean to sound like the whole poor kid with no friends, and she's actually my good friend, but I am, because she's an amazing friend, and a friend I will never ever forget, ever. I haven't even been through a lot. I mean, all we do is have 5th hour every day, and I'll walk her out. By the way, this is another thing I forgot to mention, is every day since the very first day of the senior year, almost every day anyways, I've walked her out to her bus. Like, almost every day I will walk her out to her bus. You know, it's like if she'll be gone or I'm gone, or my friends are waiting outside the door, which is very rare, or something like that, then if not, or her friends or something like that. But normally I will walk her out to her bus, just to walk her out as friends, and we'll talk. And besides that, so it's like the beginning of 5th hour till I walk her to the bus. That's the only time I ever see each other. So we gotta hang out outside of school. And I'm seeing this one girl right now currently, and so it's really cool knowing like she's my best friend and she's there, and it's just really cool, because she's totally fine with it, you know. And that's why I like seeing girls, is because they're just not so obsessive and controlling. I mean, in high school girlfriends, I gotta admit, and a lot of guys out there would believe and go with me, high school girls are can be pretty crazy and controlling. So seeing a girl and just not making anything serious yet, and she knows about us, so she's like, oh, that's cool, and that's why I kind of like this girl right now. So she's like, oh, it's cool, you guys are like that, you know, as long as you guys don't kiss. And I'm like, I know, crap. No, just playing. But seriously, Ilana will be a friend that I will remember for the rest of my life, and I will contact her, I will text her, I will see what's going on in Finland with her, and I hope one day, and this is one of my maybe possible goals, you know, just one, it's just a dream, really, it's not a goal. I mean, as much as I want to, I don't know if it's even something, it might just be a school kind of friend. I don't even know if we're best friends, because I've never hung out with her outside of school, so I don't even know if we're really best friends outside of school as much as we are in school, you know. So, but just a dream, I could say, is that I would go see her in another country and just meet up and talk and see how things are going down there. And then we'll just have to see, and I hope that I can get to the point where I make that enough money to do that kind of stuff without having to save up or stuff like that. And I just hope that I see her, because it really does depress me, guys. You have no idea how long it took me to think about this before I made this video, because I was... her leaving, going back to her country, just like brings me to tears, and I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna try not to. When I get off this video, I'm gonna then go cry. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this high school series. I had high school stories series I had to bring to you guys, because it was really a personal one and a really big one I had to bring. And this one I had to actually just bring for one big reason, and that's for myself. So when I look back at this, I know that there's that one friend that I had in high school that I'll never forget. One of the hundreds of friends that we have in our high schools, you know, that we'll never forget, and she's gonna be like one of those top ones that I'll never forget. So thank you guys for watching again, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Please sure to like this, and I love you guys so much. Now, before I go, I just want to say, be sure to cherish your friends, because you don't know how long they'll be your friends. You don't know if something's gonna happen to them, like physically or mentally. You don't know if they're gonna move. You don't know anything. Cherish your friends. Don't be dicks, don't be mean, don't be bad. Just cherish them. Be good people, and I promise that friendship will be forever long. Thank you guys for watching, and